We are going to be getting into game number 1, and Krupp, I don't know what it is about you, but we're going to be on Submarine.
Oh god. No, you will see. Actually, Submarine has a lot of long games, funnily enough.
I will say that, like, I will always remember, I believe it was Ryu versus Terran on Submarine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I also totally forgot that I changed my interface, so this is gonna be fun. Oh, I mean, okay. So welcome to the best map in the map pool, that is Submarine Elite, because it's the shortest, and you know what happens on the shortest map in the map pool. Where we have the very great color scheme for the map, which is orange versus red. Someone should get Funarat for that. We have the Terran player representing, let me quickly see, Peru. I totally remember that. Going by the name of Kaozfate. Also known as Yeral. Also representing Insane Master Killers.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the Costa Rican Zerg player, the best player in all of Costa Rica. He is on Team T-Sop Gaming, which we recently learned stands for Team Sopapilla Gaming. It is EON.
So, why is the Sopapilla angry?
Huh? Why is it angry?
Look at the logo. Why is it angry?
Because he wants it. He wants the Sopapillas. He just doesn't have any. Wait, is that what it is? Because it's the flag on the Sopapilla. Is that what it is?
I don't know what the Sopapilla looks like, so I can tell.
Hold on. It could be, yeah, Sopapilla. Yeah, they're like these. They're like kind of like ready dumpling sort of things. Like that could be it. Maybe. We need. We need.
I mean, it looks like it's drooling.
Any Chilenos in the chat? Supremo, can you confirm? ¿Esto es un Sopapilla? Question mark. Explain.
Explain.
Yes, because I know Supremo is. I'm pretty sure he's Chilean. Pretty sure.
Maybe,
but yeah, we're here. We're in game 1.
Yeah, and so far so standard. Actually, let me see. No, I think this is pretty early third hatch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's relatively early. It's. I mean, you go for this earlier third hatch so that the Reaper doesn't deny it. It isn't there to like be annoying or anything like that, which is like extra annoying on Submarine because the Reaper gets across the map even faster than a normal map.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we do see it is early because EON delayed his gases to get it early, which is why he's taking double gases now.
Yeah, that means no link speed though, so the queens are the only defense from this Reaper. The Reaper is gonna...
Ooh, Kaozfate being a little bit too greedy, dives all the way in. He sees both gases, and obviously he saw the earlier third, so he should know what his opponent is doing. And because EON, is gonna have late anything gas related, like he already has 4 queens, decent defense.
Oh, so going straight to roaches.
Yes.
But yeah, it looked like the Reaper didn't expect the second queen to be already there. Or something.
Yeah. So again, because he skipped link speed and because his gases were late, I like this. This is what I was hoping for. He just doesn't go for link speed at all and he just goes right to roaches.
What do you think about the roaches in ZvT though? When it isn't like an early rush or anything.
Well, I mean, typically I don't like it, but this is an early rush because we do see there's an armory on the way. We have all these Hellions on the way as well. So Gerald, he's going to be going for a Hellbat push, and roaches are exactly what you want against that sort of thing.
Yeah, in that case, yes. Definitely. I don't think EON has seen it. Like, I think this is actually a blind counter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%. Like, this is just what he was going for, and it just happens to be what he needs because we have 11 roaches on the way. Sure, there are these Hellbats, and there's a small period of time where you can deal damage, but we can see they're about to hatch.
queens are burning down though. There are no transfusers.
Yeah, they don't have enough energy for transfuse, but the roaches are out, and it looks like they're going to be able to push this back. Only one queen went down, and you were saying it, right? Like, he just blindly countered what Chaos was doing.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised. Like, because normally you don't want roaches versus Terra, especially when it's bio, because Marines just, they don't care about roaches, let's be honest. They just don't care. But with all these Hellions, this is actually super useful.
Yeah, this actually could kill him because there's no tank. He switched out the factory with the starport, so we have a Banshee on the way, which is good, but without a tank, it's a little bit harder to hold. And now the roaches are getting into the natural.
He's actually trying to defend with the SCVs, but the Banshee is helping out, but there's barely any Hellbats left.
Yeah, it looks like every single Hellbat is going to be going down. The Marines as well. I don't think there is enough here for the roaches to really get into the mineral line. The Banshee looks like it will be able to defend, but what's important is that EON is buying time to prepare for the Banshee.
Yeah, but also, like, I mean, if he sent another wave now, he could get in, but like, it looks like EON is just macroing up. He took another base, he's taking more tech, he's taking Hydra then, like, he's fine with this.
Yeah, he was just droning up as that attack was happening, and he also killed 7 SCVs. So EON, he's ahead in the workers, he's ahead in the tech, he's prepared for the Banshees with all these spores. So Chaos, he has to do something with these Banshees, like other than that defense. He needs to deal some kind of economic damage. It's just gonna be so hard to pull off.
Yeah, there are the spores down, and EON had a bunch of queens early. How many queens does he have now? Let's see. He has 4. Only 4.
Yep, which means...
But they're in position.
Yeah, there's a reason why EON's creep spread isn't amazing. He's only had 2 active creep trimmers moving throughout the map, a 3rd here, but bad rally from the Banshee.
Yeah, that was a very weird pathing actually for a Banshee. Like, normally they don't go just through the middle of the base.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like an all-army move or something like that, but the Banshee was picked off here at the 4th.
Didn't even have to be all army, but like maybe control it or something. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. EON, please. EON.
It doesn't delay for that long, but he is a little bit annoying with it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's still annoying, and like, if for some reason Chaos forgets about it, it gets really long.
And EON, he's just teching on up, and this is something that has become really popular in the European meta of ZvT. We've seen Raynor do this. It's going from Roach, Hydra, straight into the Infestation Pit, gonna go into Lurkers, I imagine, for like the Roach, Hydra, Lurker, Viper style. Personally, I don't like it, but we'll see how he does.
Why do you not like it?
I just like Lean Bane.
No.
It's just more fun to see because it's a lot more active. This style
everybody likes it.
Yeah. When it comes to the player though, like Lurkers have become a lot more popular. It's a lot more difficult to push into Lurkers as well, like with all the upgrades and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, to quote someone who may or may not be part of this broadcast, Lurkers are like tanks, but worse.
They are. Until they got upgraded. Then they're pretty good, it turns out. But I will say
what I mean more is that like Lurkers have the same mechanic where it's basically a siege unit, so like it's kind of less interesting to watch because it's kind of like watching the like positional ZvT where it's like a lot of positioning and then someone loses.
Speaking of positioning, EON was completely out of position and he just lost 20 drones. Jesus Christ, an entire mineral line for a medevac worth of Marines. And now the weird thing is that we've been talking a lot about Lurkers. The Hive is on the way. There is no Lurker Den. There's no Lurker Den whatsoever. I'm really curious to see what the Hive is for, but oh my god, EON's just falling apart.
I like how the whole mineral line wasn't even destroyed by a drop. The Marines just walked in.
Yeah.
There was nobody home.
There was no one there. Another drop here. It looks like he will be able to get the queen. And again, this hurts because EON, he doesn't have any creeping queens. He doesn't have any spare queens at all. So he's forced to remake them. So his larva production is going to be affected.
Yeah, he didn't make more queens after the Telbat attack. Like, remember he lost a few and it didn't seem like he made more, or like he barely made any.
Yeah, he didn't. He only had one for each base. So losing one hurts so much more when it comes to the injects. Another Liberator sieges up. There's no Kreen to deal with it. EON, he's looking to push out with his Roach Hydra. And this could work as long as he is able to get like a good angle, but...
There are tanks though.
Yeah, there are tanks.
As a Zerg, I see tanks and I just like, I don't know. I've lost too many armies to tanks.
Well, this time EON is in... Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say he's in position to defend against the drop, but he pulls away because he gets distracted by the Liberator. Oh, and he pulls back.
No, EON, please. EON, no. Ooh, there's a whole medivac full of Marines going down. And the other one is being chased in the corner.
Yeah.
Being chased by the roaches, I think. No, okay, there are Hydras there, okay.
Yeah, he does chase it. And to be fair, he does have Viper, so if he wanted to, he could yoink it in, but it looks like he's going to go for another drop. The army is not in position at all.
Yeah, I think it's not worth it,
I mean, because of that, he's going to lose how many drones here? The gas drones as well.
Well, that's because he was out of position. That's a completely separate topic.
Yeah, and now we've gotten to the point where Kaozfate, he's maxed out. It's 193 supplies pushing on in. As long as he doesn't get caught on siege, like, Kaozfate is going to have some issues.
Look how many Marauders are in this army. This is actually quite surprising. This is not versus Lingbane.
Yeah, and all the tanks were completely caught out of position, so every single tank is going to go down before the fight starts, but now it's just pure Hydra, and honestly, Marine can just stim and just take all this out.
Yeah, this is mostly Marauders, not Marines. Look, all the Marauders are left.
Yeah, and he just
army.
Exactly. Like, this is why you need Ling Bane. Like, pure Hydra, it just melts Tobiah. It's not good. To be fair, Geralt, he keeps doing this. He keeps leaving his tanks exposed, which is a little bit unfortunate, but the main army can't be stopped.
Yeah, what does EON have? There are some there's a Dropper Lord. He has a single Dropper Lord. Where is it?
It's in the natural. It's in the natural. He made it accidentally earlier. Yeah, when he was trying to defend against the Liberator.
EON, why do you give me hope?
Oh god, and now like the queens are going down. To be fair, there may be enough Hydras to hold. The Vipers have plenty of energy. He needs to do something with them.
He's using the Blinding Clouds. But for bio, they're not very good because the bio is just so like mobile.
Yeah, it looks like there's just enough for EON to hold. Again, though, every single time that he holds, like, he loses so many Hydras. They're so expensive. He lost the base as well. If Kaozfate keeps applying pressure and just, like, rotates around to the north, like, EON... Okay, here we go. You know what he's doing? He's finally switching into Ling Bane Hydra.
Nice. Yeah, but because Chaos wasn't really, like, retreating. He was more regrouping. Like, he wasn't in a completely losing position. In my opinion.
Yeah, and here he's finally, you know, we have the Banelings being incorporated. The problem is that I don't think the upgrades are really there for the Ling Bane, so it's not going to be that ideal. He does have speed. He does have Baneling speed. He just doesn't have the melee upgrades, so they're not going to be as effective when really that's what you want. You don't typically care about the range upgrades in ZvT.
Also, as we saw earlier, there's a lot of Marauders. A bit less now. But there's still a lot of Marauders, so he has to be careful what he crashes into.
Yeah, to be fair, maybe too many Marauders. We'll see. It just stims forward. There's a Blinding Cloud.
Yeah, this one actually reaches a tank.
And there just aren't enough Banelings. There's too many Roaches and Hydras that are kind of body blocking the Banelings as well. Like, it's not like a fluid army that really works well together, so it's kind of an awkward engagement. I mean, he's trying to find an angle, but like the Sensor Tower sees everything.
And the siege tanks are there prepared. Like he's trying to find an angle, but he has to go around all these siege tanks, and they're well spread.
Oh my god! And the Vipers get sniped.
Oh boy! Rip Vipers. F's in the chat for the Vipers.
F's in the chat for the Vipers. To be fair, EON is double expanding behind this, so like he's just keeping Kaozfate busy. Honestly, I don't know why Kaozfate isn't pushing out. Like, he totally could. He totally could just unsiege and just go across the map.
Which is what he's planning to. No, I think he wants to do with the other Zodiac. Do the second. But yeah, he wants to clean up this army, the leftovers, and I think then he's just gonna push in.
Ooh.
But there is another army on the south. Ooh,
Yeah.
Burrow. Nice.
So we do have a couple burrowing, which are going to unburrow as soon as the army leaves. And now EON, he's starting to pull Kaozfate a little bit apart. He hasn't left enough units here, but he does pull back the Lings. They unburrow.
They just eat the home.
Yeah. And speaking of eating, like, all these Hydras going to go down. Like, he commits to the fight. I don't know why he did, and he's just going to lose everything.
That's not what it is. See, that's the thing. Hydras have good DPS and all, but they're so squishy. Like, you just can't leave them like that.
Like, I've told you this before because you've had a bad habit of just making Hydras. The Hydras are a support unit. Like, you need Ling Bane. Like, you need something else to deal the majority of the damage, and Hydras clean up. Like, they're not meant to be your main army.
Look, Mioraika would argue with that.
Even Miyamika goes Ling Hydra. That's better than Roach Hydra, I'll say. It's got a better grasp on it. Like, Alright, so like EON, he loses some bases. He has two Vipers and gets a couple of yoinks.
That's a good one. Like, throughout this whole game, like, you could see the positioning on the tanks being like very spread out, so the Vipers are taking advantage of that. But this whole army is gonna get cleaned up from the Zerg, and this is the end of the game. GG for Kaozfate.
GG. You know, the game ended just as +1 melee finished.
Nice.
Seems like a reverse hero curse where you got the longest game ever.
Yeah, right.
Wow, on Submarine, how did we get such a long game?
I told you, Submarine is one of these maps where like people are like, oh, they're gonna cheese, and then nobody cheeses. It's kind of like the opposite of Eternal Empire, where everybody's like, oh, this map is so big, nobody's gonna proxy here, and then like everybody proxies.
That's how StarCraft
Expect the
works.
unexpected.
And that's what we can always expect with the Curse Cast. Thank you, Kuro.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. It's like probably 4 now at this point in time.
Literally 4 a.m. F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for Kuro's sleep schedule.
What sleep schedule? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the stream, and I'll see you sometime again. Bye.
Later, Kuro.
Ciao.
F's in the chat for that time frame.
F's in the chat. Yoda, what do you think about Roach Hydra against Terran?
So I've never seen that much Hydra with nothing to back it. I don't know. It reminds me of this episode. If anyone's watched Sunny in Philadelphia, he's like, "Oh, there's cranberry juice and orange juice there." He's like, "Just mixers for alcohol? Where's the alcohol?" That's how I feel. Like this Hydra, like you need something to mix with that. I've never just had a Hydra by itself. And then he just threw away his army quite a few times, like completely just threw it away.
Yeah.
And then he went into he got like one Ultralisk at the end, but there was nothing but Marauders. So, and he wasted a lot of Vipers. It was rough. That was rough. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it, but I don't think that's a bad composition. Like if you go mass Hydra, I don't know. I feel like that would work. I've never seen that much Hydra, but I think it would work if you go more Hydra than you go Roaches, or more Hydra than you go Ling. But I don't know. That was very weird.
No.
I don't know if that could work in another world or by another player in another time frame. But here we are, Pillars of Gold LE. He might do it again, he might not, but who knows? This guy over here in the bottom left-hand corner, however, he should be able to defend it again because he's super good. He's playing for, I forgot the name, like Insane Master Killers, I believe. Yes, that's it. Insane Master Killers! It is the player in orange. He is Yarrow.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Costa Rican player representing T-Sop Gaming, the Red Zerg. It is EON.
Yeah,
you know,
right? Yeah.
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 Like,
Yeah.
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 You know.
What else is there to say, really?
Really? Yeah, I agree.
You know what I would say?
Yeah.
I think it would have been an okay composition if he had a lurker then. Like,
Yeah, that would make a lot more
Yeah,
sense. But he went
yeah.
for ultras. There's a lot he could have done there, man. Just so much. I don't know if this is a new style he's trying to play, or if he accidentally he like almost remaxed on Hydras quite a few times. So it wasn't by accident. Did he forget the lurker den or something? I don't know.
it's almost as if like it's almost as if like he looked at how Ryu played, but he just missed that part, you know? He's like, I'm gonna play like Ryu. I'm gonna like lurker Hydra Viper. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
where are the lurkers, you know?
You know, I'm kind of questioning Eon's skill now. No offense, Eon, but he was just getting pulled apart pretty easily there.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
He was when he lost all those drones in one base, and then he just kept losing bases and drones, and he was holding pushes, but he was not trading efficiently at all ever.
Yeah.
And like, I remember one time you mentioned it, he lost his Vipers full of energy. He didn't even use them in the fight.
Yeah.
Maybe he's nervous. Maybe he's tired. Maybe
Maybe
he's distracted. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? Kaozfate. He's getting in his head, you know?
Yeah. His fate is looking chaotic here.
Exactly. That's what he does. That's who he is. Gerald. He just causes chaos all over the place for his opponent. And that's just something that Eon was lacking. Like, he was lacking a lot of creep thread. He was lacking a lot of overlord vision. So those drops, like every single time they went in, like he had no idea that they were coming until they were in his base.
Yeah, right when he burrowed those lings and he went for the counter attack on the other side and then unburrowed the lings, he took out like an entire mineral line and he was in a super great position. Like, I thought he was gonna bring it back. I was like, oh, this is the part of the Kuro curse. Like, he brings it back and wins as Zerg player. But then he threw away his entire Hydra army, like, completely.
I remember the exact moment where he goes for the attack and then he commits to the fight with a bio with nothing but Hydras, and he just loses every single Hydra. And I'm like,
you're like, why is he doing this? Why would he commit there?
Like, oh my god! Like, at one point, do you look at that fight and you're like, I got this. You're like, I would just aim him in and stim.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, I can't stim. Oh god, just
Have you seen the movie called The Other Guys?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Movie with Mark Wahlberg. I think The Rock is in it too. But there's this funny scene where these guys are like on top of a skyscraper and they look down and they see some bushes at the bottom of the skyscraper and they're like, should we aim for the bushes? And they're like, let's do it. And they jump into the bushes and die. It's like, you know, you're not gonna land in some bushes from a skyscraper and survive. And that's exactly what he did. He's like 50 Marauders, 4 tanks, and I just have straight squishy Hydras. Let's do it. And then absolutely got wrecked.
Oh god, just like, in his mind, it was the best idea ever. You know, that's the thing, right? He's like, yes. Oh god.
Like, let's go. Oh no, what did I do? But here we have a nice transition. He's got a lot of queens. He's making more queens. He's currently at 6. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but here's a layer. This is the worst thing when you're going for cheese against a Terran. He went for the Banshee and Cloak, so he's going to need some sort of vision here. He might change one of these Overlords into an Overseer once he witnesses the Banshees coming.
All right, here we go. So we have the Nidus going down in the main base of Kaozfate, and Kaozfate, he moved out with his Hellions, so the majority of his army is not here, and he does have vision. He notices, but it could be too late. He's pulling the boys.
Oh my gosh, the Banshee also, there's no defense back at home, so does he commit the Banshee? Does it bring it back home? Another Nidus for him. Queens pop out, transfuses go down, workers are starting to fall, and I don't know. This looks like a pretty good push if you ask me. There's no way stopping Queens.
Yeah, like if he can pull all his workers back, like the Banshees, they can eventually take out all the Queens. There's no detection here, and the Hellions, they are coming back.
He's making the Overseer right outside of the base, just like I predicted. Pro gamer move there by Eon. He's gonna get vision here very shortly, but the Queens are weak and he doesn't have any transfuses. He has a does he have transfuses? I think he does, but I can't tell.
Yo, he only has 2 Queens. I think the Queens are gonna fall. Just transfuses.
Oh my god, one transfuse gets off the visions here, and he's going to defeat the final Banshee, bringing in one more queen for the final layup shot, and he takes that out, and now they might fall to these, especially with the Viking there, they're going to fall. He already did a good amount of damage. Yarrow does have a third base, and he saved a bunch of SCVs down in a second, so I don't know who's ahead here now.
Yeah, it's really hard to say because EON, he committed a lot. Oh, he's actually not finished. He's sending more leagues in.
Yeah, this is rough.
This could be it. Maybe he can just get enough to start snowballing. It looks like, yeah, more queens are coming in. Oh, God.
He has one. Oh, they transfused the Overseer. I was going to say one Marine can take out the Overseer and end the vision here. But big brain gamer moves here of the pro gamer sort. Transfuses the Overseer. Now all the boys are being pulled. Only one Hellion left. And there's not enough production here for Gerald to hold this, I do believe. He's losing 14 SCVs. Another Nidus goes down. And that's about all she wrote here, Light. GG.
GG EON, and I was talking about this earlier when you were like, yo, what's gonna happen in this series, mate? EON, he's a pretty cheesy player. This is what he loves to do, and he pulls it off, ties up the series.
I used to love going for Nidus Worm back when it was cheaper. But I haven't seen Nidus Worms play like that in quite some time. I've seen Cham do it a couple times maybe when he wants to get really cheesy, but I love that Nidus play. Just straight roaches and queens into the Nidus.
Yeah.
With the layer too. I don't know if he got roach speed or anything, but he had the layer, and I think he had to get it just for overseers because he had no anti-air, no spores in any of the mineral lines.
Yeah,
I think if he would have sent one of the Banshees across the map, he could have done some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, it's a really hard call to make. It was just completely unfortunate because Kaozfate, like, he had the majority of his army across the map. Well, like at least halfway across the map when the Nidus came in. It was like, oh, like, you know, he just wasn't ready for it. He even pulled the SCVs a little bit late as well because he didn't notice when it was initially pulled down. Like,
I mean, it takes me back. It makes me feel like the old days, you know? We're getting Niduses into the Terran, and the Terran just can't hold because there's so many queens. Queens don't even need that extra one range.
Who needs it? Exactly. Who even needs it, mate? The queens are just good enough, and yeah, we're tied up 1-1.
We are tied up 1-1. Now, is EON gonna just cheese his way to victory, or is Gerald gonna macro his way out of this? We'll see.
Yeah, I would assume so. I think EON knows in a macro game Kaozfate is the better player. So maybe we just got to see what else he's got in store for us, you know? What other cheeses does he have in his bag of cheddar?
Yeah. When Kuro says steam hydras, I picture hydras that are made like dumplings.
Oh, I would eat
the
that.
Consistency of dumpling, right?
Yeah,
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry. But speaking of hungry, this guy in the bottom right-hand corner, he's hungry to kill another master player. Playing for Insane Master Killers, it is the orange. That's an interesting color we don't see too much. The orange Terran, Gerald. Or Kaozfate, I don't know what we're calling him now.
Yeah, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Costa Rican Zerg player representing T-Sop Gaming. Is Team Sopapias. We have the red Zerg, EON.
Now, I like what you said earlier, that might be a Sopapia as they're actually on the flag, with the flag on her face. That would be pretty cool.
Hold on, did we get any responses? Yo, to the Chilenos, fundar a los Chilenos in the chat, let us know.
I mean, it's darker than like a smiley face yellow, so it could be. Now, if it's not, I would suggest that they make it that.
Yes.
And maybe have like some food sticking out of it or something, you know?
Ooh.
Like at the top, like a tear, like it's overstuffed.
Or like a fork.
Yeah, oh yeah, fork. Ooh. Or maybe he has like a piece of it missing and there's like food spilling out. You guys need to hire us for your graphic designs. We'll come up with some cool ideas.
The best ideas.
Yeah, the best. We come up with the best ideas live on stream, free for you guys. That's free content. You're welcome. Take our ideas. You guys are listening. It's free game. But I will sue you. No, I'm kidding. But look at this. We got some cheesy, not super cheesy. This is my favorite of the openers. you get yourself a good 4 lings early on, and you can pretty much just hold from all things. Now let's see where his gas is at. He doesn't have the gas quite yet for the upgrade, so that means he went late gas here, pool first.
Yep. Yeah,
not even super aggressive. This is really defensive, if anything, I think.
Yeah, I want to see a surprise. So this was a straight up pull first, and I feel like typically when you go for a pull first, you try and sneak your lings across the map to try and deny the.
But his Overlord
CC.
Scout, there's no base.
Yeah, exactly. He scouts, and also because Kaozfate went for an SCV scout, he knew that it was a pull first, so he's just making his CC on the high ground.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're just double checking each other. Like he checked, he saw the Reaper. Is moving out, so that means that he knew the base probably wasn't there, so he kept his lings at home, and he did all that and made the CC on the high ground because he saw that there was a pool first. So both players on point, not doing anything strange here. The one thing that's interesting to me is normally you can like take your third base a little bit faster, but instead he's going for the drone count here. Those are the 2 options. You can either go for a quick third and deny the Reaper stopping it, or you can just drone up heavy. Yeah. He's taking his third forward in an interesting position.
Oh my.
Very aggressive. I'm thinking maybe some fast roaches.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've seen how EON plays. Like, he is not the most experienced macro player, so going for a third like this, it was also a pretty late third, like even when it comes to regular timings. So this could be for a Roach Warren, it could be for, I don't know, maybe even like a Queen Highway push or something like that. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm liking the yep, there's a Roach Warren. Goes down, which isn't a crazy timing for a Roach Warren, but it's not common to have a Roach Warren without a scout in a TVZ.
Exactly. Like EON, he hasn't gone for an Overlord Scout at all. He has no idea what kind of opening, what kind of production Kaozfate has. And oh my god, he's doing it again. He's going for the helmet.
Yeah, this is a straight up counter. So I think EON is gonna cheese his way to victory.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing, right? This exact same scenario played out in game number 1 on Submarine, where Kaozfate,
the one that Kuro casted.
Yeah, Kaozfate went for the
queen.
Yeah, he only lost 1 queen in the defense. Like, that was a perfect defense, and it was on Submarine.
It kills me. Yeah, I was watching diligently to figure out how to hold.
And because of that, like, because it was on Submarine, like, the counterattack was really fast. Like, the roaches went across the map. He killed 7 SCVs, but despite that, like, Kaozfate was able to hold and macro out of it. So on Lightshade, I don't know if EON is going to be able to, like, perform even better. Yeah,
you know, he's already got the Roach Warren. Let's see what else he does here. Is he going to go for a Nidus? Is he going to, you know, what's his play here?
Ravagers.
Ooh.
Okay, I was about to say, like, I don't know how I feel about that because it's going to take a while, so he cancels all the Ravagers.
He can kite for a while. He's got 1 transfuse, which should come in handy. He doesn't really need it, but yeah, I think at this point you scrap the army and just go for worker kills, but he's going to lose everything here. Not the best. Oh, actually a good pickup. Saved a little bit, not bad. Now Ravagers.
There we go. And
but this is going to be hard because he's now going into Cloak Banshees, which is a good counter.
Definitely. I will say that I like this a lot more than just the straight up roach push that we saw earlier. It's like Ravagers with a Ling Flood. Like, there are 10 more Lings on the way to reinforce. So he's going to try and bile down the wall and just flood in with Lings. And again, with no tank, this could work. The Banshee, it's missing the army. Oh. Okay, he sees it.
But he does have a lot of army here. It could take a while for this Banshee to do enough damage. Like, he can cross about down 1 supply depot at a time, and then they're cut off from the actual bunkers here, so nothing can get in the bunkers. Oh my god, that's huge. That means everything's just gonna die here.
Oh god, he lifts up and he goes all the way to the bunker so he can fill it up, and there's a second bunker as well once the first one goes down. The Banshee's trying to focus the Ravagers.
Yeah, he actually did get all the Ravagers now, and he did some pretty good damage. I don't know who's in the lead here. Yarrow did hold. He lost a good amount of SCVs, but he has the mules, and he's not down by that much. However, EON, he did have his macro going on, but he lost so much behind this. So many Ravagers and Lings there.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was slick. That was beautiful. That was sexy. Like, when Kaozfate was cut off from the bunkers, and then he immediately lifted it up. Oh my god.
Was great. He picked up, flew behind it, dropped, and then even evacuated the bunker in front because he was getting crossbowed down, pulled back, went into the second bunker. It was beautiful, but now he has nothing to defend these Lings.
Exactly, he's going for drops.
Yeah, he's not going to stop.
Yeah, and he's pulling back.
That's rough.
Yeah, he's
I
going
guess
back
he'll be
home.
fine if he lifts up, close the wall, and then just keeps taking out the units little by little. He's gonna lose all these SCVs, but with this many invisible Black Hawk helicopters here of the future, he's gonna be able to do some good counter damage.
That's the thing,
He needs
right?
to
Like,
find out about this 4th base though in the north. That's an interesting position to take.
yeah, I feel like the problem is that Kaozfate, he pulled this drop back, and he didn't even use it. He didn't even need the drop to come back home, so it was just wasted supply coming back and just wasted time. So now, like, the timer is on Kaozfate to do something. He needs to, like, deny a base. He needs to kill some workers. He needs to do something with his with his Banshees and this drop.
Yeah. And he's going to go for a drop. Let's see what he gets done. This is going to decide where he is in this game. Is he going to be able to do some equalizing damage? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
I love the micro here. It's funny, but it's not going to be enough. He can drop down at this base now. Did he see it? Yeah, he saw it. Okay.
Yeah, he sees it. He goes for the 4th. Meanwhile, we have the Banshees looking to snipe some queens.
Wow. There's enough vision here, though. He is cutting off this army from going to that 3rd base, or the 4th base, though. And he knows he's going to probably lose his base, so he's just going straight for the counterattack to the 3rd, but he's only going to force a lift up. Oh, actually, there's no wall yet. This is an interesting wall. He's lost his wall so many times.
Oh, there is no wall.
Oh my
He pulls
God.
back all the way to the tank. It looks like he should have enough to hold, but he does end up losing the tank in the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, he lost the tank. That was a good pick-off, but yeah, see, he's going to get that base. He didn't get the counter damage that he really needed for losing the 4th base.
Exactly. And
Yerald's doing so good.
Yeah, and to be fair, Kaozfate, like Yerald, he had to do that. He had to kill that 4th base. He had to deny the economy some way, somehow, and he was able to pull it off.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because EON couldn't even defend it because there's 3 Banshees there and no creep. So if you try to move across the Banshees, which just have a field day, you try to go across for the counter damage and he only got 1 tank, which isn't that good. Decent. He's going for the squishy Hydras now, though.
Yeah. This is why, like, Kaozfate excites me, because he's been getting better and better, and I imagine you've seen it too. Like, he has a lot of, like, really cool micro moves that he makes, like, with the Marines and stuff. Like,
yeah, this is the first time I'm really getting to notice that he's really good. Like, his drop there, he was dropping with a low hit point medevac, as we see it right here. He barely got it out alive, and that medevac also left and then killed a base and then picked up the units and brought him home. That's some pretty sick micro there.
yeah, like,
Along with how we saw the bunker thing earlier where he lifted up and put him in the bunker.
part of me would say that I think he has better micro than Terran and Sinner. I think Terran and Sinner probably have a little bit better macro and they're more experienced, but like Kaozfate, like he's, you know, the younger player, like he's rising up, like he's got a lot of potential, you know, his wrists are still fresh and new, like he's like the Latin American Beyond, I almost want to say, but
oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. I feel like yeah, he doesn't quite know the answer to everything right now, which is a big thing. Like, you can have the APM and the macro and the micro, but he probably doesn't know quite the right counters for everything just yet that the pros are throwing at him. But he is super good. He's got nothing but Marines, not a single Marauder here. Once he sees the Hydras, I assume we'll see some Marauder production maybe. See if the buildings start moving around or anything.
Yeah,
but,
I imagine so.
Hydra's a good X switch here.
Yeah, he's going Ling, Roach, Hydra. At the moment, there is no Baneliness. He's working on it. It's on the way, but he is Baneless at the moment. So, honestly, Yerald's army could deal some damage as long as he's in position. Like, he isn't aware of the army movement.
Yeah, I feel like they've been kind of even on bases for a little bit now, and you don't really want to go for a gas-heavy composition when your opponent's on even bases as a Zerg.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see EON. He gets us around. He's trying to push into this, but he just gets thinned on.
Oh, man. His whole army wasn't there. There was some actually hitting the mineral line. He pulls the boys. He doesn't even need to, I feel.
Yeah.
He's gonna stem and kill everything.
Yeah, we've seen this before. It's Roach Hydra against Marines, and Marines, they just stim, they target fire, they kill every single thing here.
I think that's why he gives up the army, because the stim is gonna outweigh the slow Hydras, so he just has to kind of fight and trade and try and defend back at home and get more army out. He's getting 16 more Hydras. Man, why do you do this?
Right, especially because the Banelings just finished. Like, you can make a wave of Lings, morph in Banelings, and defend with that. Like, it takes time, but he goes for the Hydras instead, and Hydras, that's not what you want against this.
I feel like maybe on creep with a lot of Hydras, it's a good way to exchange army, but when you're down in supply, man, you can't just outbuild your opponent or out micro your opponent with all these gas heavy units, and all he has is minerals invested here. He got 2 tanks. That's pretty much all the mineral or gas he'll lose here.
Exactly, like the Hydras, they trade inefficiently against the Bio. They're so expensive as well, like so much money was wasted. And
GG, man. That is unfortunate. I thought he was really going to bring it back.
Oof.
I was hoping that he could do something crazy, but in the end, I'm glad we have a Terran doing so well.
Yeah, definitely. GG, like Eon, there were moments like honestly it looks like he like adapted from game 1 and he switched things up a little bit. You know, he added the Ravagers, he did a little bit more damage, he was expanding faster, but I still don't really agree with the army composition. Like
yeah,
I
would like to ask him. I'm not going to because I'm too lazy, but I wonder what that's all about. Why just heavy Hydras and a couple of Roaches?
Like I feel like it can do a lot if it hits a certain timing, but like I feel every time we've seen it fight, there's just so many Marines. Right? What time? When's the time? What time? Where? You know, in Costa Rica, I don't know, but it's just. God damn.
And also, shout out to Zerg Troll. He's trolling us, and by subscribing, thanks. 3 months, currently on the 3rd month streak. What a guy!
What a guy. Oh my god. Thank you so much to the Zerg Troll. You've been supporting us for quite some time now, for 3 months. We appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Hope you're enjoying some of these Latin American Terrans doing well today.
Yeah, it's not a good time to be a Zerg.